Hari Om. I'm going to talk about positive psychology. Positive psychology is one of the branches of modern psychology. The psychology is often associated with negative states of our mind, such as anxiety, depression, stress, sadness, and then the psychological problems connected with these negative states of our mind. But psychology, modern psychology, has also started focusing more on the positive dimension of our own mind, such as optimism, contentment, peace. So let's talk about it. What is positivity? Positivity is connected with positive emotions. For example, joy. Joy is a state of mind that we want all the time. It re-energizes our body. It helps our physical system to re-energize itself. Hope is another positive dimension, experience or emotion, one can say, which is about expecting positive outcome of my action. We know that negative, uh, if there is no hope, the hopelessness brings sadness, it brings worry, brings anxiety, and it creates negative experience. But hope, on the other hand, is a positive emotion. So also gratitude, feeling grateful. Maybe that gratefulness is for the mother nature, or maybe that gratefulness is towards a human being who has done something good for me, or maybe that gratitude is just for my friend. But this gratitude is also known to bring a positive experience. This joy, hope, gratitude, what they are actually doing is they're bringing the happiness chemicals or hormones into our brain and our body, and that creates a positive experience, emotional experience for us. Interest, a lot of interest in knowing something. It expands our mind, it expands our intellectual abilities. We try and think more, we want to know more, we want to apply that knowledge. All these things come with interest. That's also positive emotion. Serenity. Now, what is serenity? It's a state where you experience calm, peaceful state of your mind, which is very essential for us, especially when we are very stressed out. We want to enjoy this calm and peaceful state, serenity, and it does bring the positive experience. Pride. Pride is a deep satisfaction which we get as a result of our own achievements. It's a kind of deep feeling of pleasure connected with our karmas, our actions. Then amusement. Amusement is nothing but something that you find funny and you just have a smile, laugh. And this is, though it looks simple, it's a very important quality. If you just remember the Buddha's picture, the statues of Buddha, you can see this intense positive emotions on his face. Amusement, a beautiful wise smile. Serenity, the peaceful nature, you can feel it in his face. There is gratitude. And there is next emotion is love. Now this love is an unconditional love, which is not based on what you get and what you lose, or it's not based on your desires, or it's not based on your ego fulfillment. It is just unconditional love. The love that we feel for a photograph of a little baby smiling. That's unconditional, untouched, pure love. Then inspiration, the process of being like triggered mentally to do something, some kind of inspiration for certain uh, work or certain goal, or do something. So all these are positive emotions. And why are they important? Because these emotions, they improve the emotional well-being. And also this positivity connected with these emotions is directly connected with our mental health and physical health. If we experience these positive emotions more, the mental and physical health will be better. Now these positive emotions are also known to build resources for our survival and allows us to flourish. What is flourishing? To grow and to develop the healthy ways, positive actions that lead to again building more resources. So flourishing is a positive loop. So you develop positivity, and that positivity again develops more skills for your survival, and those skills again in turn make us flourish, and again flourish. So it's a positive cycle. Like there is a negative cycle of emotions which pulls us down. This is a positive cycle that lifts us up. Now positivity is very, very crucial when we have discovered new knowledge as a human race, when we have built new skills into our personal life or as a society. This positivity is very, very helpful. Like it is helpful in building resources, it's also helpful in discovery of new techniques, new system, new technology. When I feel positive, I get that inspiration and I try new things. When I am stressed, I don't want to try new things. I try and manage myself with whatever little things I understand and I know. Now the thing is, many studies and many researchers have pointed out that how can you experience this positivity? Is the positivity possible that every day you get a lot of money and then only positivity is possible? Or every day uh, some kind of unconditional love you get and then you develop positivity? It's not like that. The studies on people who have this positivity have indicated something very interesting. The people who have this flourishing physical and mental health, or the people who have this positive cycle, positive spiral in them, the flourishers, what they are doing is very interesting. They have found to be extracting more positive emotions through just common everyday events. So their life is not different than the non-flourishers or the people who are stuck with the negative spiral or even common people. The life is same. But what they probably have acquired skill for is extract more positive emotions out of common events. Just eating simple food, they derive more uh, positivity, or just walking, they derive more positivity, or looking at the nature, they derive more positivity. Now it is very well known, when I am stressed, I don't even enjoy the sunrise, sunset, I don't enjoy the tree, I don't enjoy the blossom, I don't enjoy the flowers, I don't enjoy the simple food. So negative spiral, and this is positive spiral, where you can enjoy the same things that you do every day. Another effect of positive emotions is it helps people become more resilient. The resilience is very, very essential. The resilience is known to help protect ourselves from negative effects. It makes us, these positive emotions also make us more creative. The creativity is necessary because we need to find solutions to different problems that we encounter every day. Every day the problems, the nature of the problems is different. Every day the life presents challenges which are different. So we need to be creative so we can find solutions. And creativity is a direct connection. It has direct connection with positive emotions. The positive emotions make us wiser, virtuous. Wisdom is difficult when one is experiencing negativity. Wisdom is a result of creativity, which is again connected with positive emotions. Virtues also connected with positive emotions. When we experience positivity, the social bonding, the social connections are stronger. The more negative emotions I experience, the lonely I become. In our world, everyone is stressed, we can see, and we feel lonely. The relationships are getting broken up. It's hard for us to find good friends because everyone is experiencing negative emotions and it's causing social disintegration. So these are the benefits of positive emotions: resilience, creativity, wisdom, virtues, and social bonding. One of the very well-known positive psychologists, Dr. Barbara Fredrickson, she proposed a very wonderful theory. It's known to be Broaden and Build theory. Now look, the word theory has two parts. One is broaden and the second is build. What is broaden? Now the broaden idea is connected with opening up the mind. So you're looking at a bigger picture. You're not just looking at one problem in isolation, but you're looking at a bigger picture of, say for example, your life, your own life. Like you get up in the morning till you go to bed at night. The narrow picture could be just one job, little food, and rest. The broader picture could be in that job, the different connections, the different creative ideas, the different challenges. The bigger picture includes so many more things that are around me. And this broadening also involves creativity. Because I'm thinking creatively, because I'm looking at different options, because I'm looking at different possibilities, because I'm looking at different combinations, it brings more creative ideas to the mind, and that leads to performance improvement. It's also very well known now that negativity narrows our focus, and which is natural. If there is a immediate stressful situation in front of me, I will have to narrow down my focus on that situation. If I have a deadline to meet and it's very stressful, then my focus is only deadline. I will not notice what my friends in my organization are doing. I'm not interested because I have to finish this deadline. So negativity narrows the focus and positivity broadens the focus, opens up the mind. This broadening of the mind, the bigger picture, the creativity, the improved performance, what it does, it actually builds resources. Resilience. I just talked about this point in the last slide. Resilience, strong resistance to future negative experiences. And this resilience allows us to build more skills for future. In future, we may experience more problems. So we build the resources for that. If I have experienced a failure in my job, and if I'm broadening my mind, I'm not negative at that time, then what I will probably do is I will build more skills, like psychological skills, like I'll learn to keep calm. Because last time when I did it, I was experiencing positivity and I realized that getting stressed is actually making me fail more. So I'll become more resilient psychologically next time. Intellectually, I will try and think more creatively. Probably I'll have more solutions. Probably I will remember how to take decisions at the right time. These are the skills that I build for my future. What is experience? When a person is facing his day-to-day life issues, if he is relaxed, then his intellectual, psychological, physical resources that he builds for future are much more powerful. And of course, social resources as well. Now, this is a positive spiral. Again, I'm discussing what I discussed in the last slide. The happiness allows you to create more resources, resilience, and these resources and resilience brings well-being. This well-being again brings more resilience. This resilience again brings more well-being, and it's a positive spiral. So it starts with positivity. Now, Barbara Fredrickson, she proposed a positivity ratio. Now, it's a very interesting ratio. In a day, you can just list down how many positive experiences, emotional experiences you have, and how many negative experiences you have. Just calculate, count them. If you have 3 positive experiences to 1 negative experience, this is called, she called it positivity ratio. And if someone has reached this positivity ratio, he'll always be flourishing. There is no way that his physical and mental health will go down, or his creativity and resilience will go down, or he will be stressed. There is very, very less possibility. So that's why, going back to the slide before, is you can't really have all the pleasures to bring you positivity. You have to find positivity in simple day-to-day life events. Even if there is one stressful thing, but you find positivity in sunrise. There is stress, but you find positivity in little exercise. There is stress, but you find little positivity when you meet your friend. Or you just have a very nice smile and laugh with amusement. So these are little positivities in your day-to-day activities. If that can boost this positivity ratio for up to 3:1, then you have reached that point where the positive state of your mind will always be maintained. That will result in better mental health. Higher positivity ratios are always associated with better mental health. This is also well studied and well established results. Then another very important positive aspect of our mind is optimism. It's connected with positivity that we have been talking about. What is optimism? It's nothing but a hopefulness about the future, or the confidence that you express about being successful at something. Some other connected meanings with word optimism is hope or confidence or cheerfulness or joyfulness, positive attitude. This is all connected with optimism. When you expect best possible outcome with whatever you're doing, that is optimistic way of doing things. Generally, the very famous example of glass half full and half empty, or silver lying to the dark cloud, is connected with optimism. When a person sees the glass half full, it means he sees something positive in it. Instead of just complaining, oh, it's empty, half empty, half empty. So whatever you have, you make the best of it. Whatever is the situation, you always try and look at the positive of that situation. And it's a mental attitude. What are the effects of this mental attitude? Let's go ahead. Good physical health, mental health is directly connected with optimistic personality. If you're not optimistic, then there are chances that the physical and mental health may be not as good. Interestingly, longevity has also been found directly correlated with optimism. The more the optimism, the longer the life. Also, some studies have pointed out to the people who are optimistic, they get less affected in stressful situations. And they respond to stress in a better way. That means the stress hormones are less. If there are more stress hormones, we know that it's going to create more damage into our body. It's going to result in stress-related disorders, hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, digestive problems, asthma, arthritis, uh, neurodegenerative disorders, and so on. So certainly optimism helps in management of these lifestyle disorders. It is also connected with our overall well-being. Optimistic people are showing overall well-being much higher than the people who are not optimistic. Some studies have pointed out that if you're optimistic, you recover faster from illnesses, even serious illnesses. Even certain case studies are there where people have healed themselves with optimism through a very difficult terminal diseases which have been called terminal by the medical science, such as cancer. Optimism is also connected with creative thinking, resilience. We talked about creativity and resilience a lot. So optimism also increases that creativity. It prepares one for not giving up easily. That is resilience. Resilient makes you resilient. Then move to pessimism. Pessimism is opposite of optimism. Instead of being hopeful of the future positive outcome, you expect negative or unfavorable outcome of whatever you're doing. And it often causes negative states of our mind, including depression, causes anxiety all the time. Even it results in breakdown, nervous breakdown, sadness, and sometimes this extreme pessimism also results in suicides. It affects our health very negatively. The well-being is also significantly reduced. But as such, pessimism is not all that bad. Of course, this is all extreme pessimism I'm talking about, but a little pessimism is not all that bad. In fact, the little pessimism and more optimism is considered a very good combination, because a lot of optimism sometimes doesn't make sense. Certain situations in our life are not going to be just changing radically. For example, if you're suffering from certain problem, you can't be optimistic that it will heal within few hours or one day or 2 day. It will take some time. Certain things in the world doesn't change drastically just because you're optimistic. There are certain limitations to it. So little bit of pessimism is actually bringing us into more of a realistic picture. And it allows us to estimate what can go wrong. Absolute total optimism will say, I will never fail. But then logic, our intelligence tells us that it is not possible. That's not a realistic picture. There is a possible failure. And this little pessimism will allow us to estimate that. Now, this little pessimism also helps us safeguard ourselves from disappointment or some bad news. If I'm 100% optimistic and I'm sure that this is going to happen my way, I'm going to top this exam and I'm going to win this award. I'm very optimistic, 100% optimistic about it. But there is some possible chance of failure, and if by chance that failure knocks my door, then I will be very disappointed. But if I have a little pessimism, then it will insulate me, separate me out from this disappointment or shock or bad news. And sometimes little pessimism can also give you a pleasant surprise. Oh, say like that award. I think maybe there is some chance that I may not get it. Although I want it, although I'm optimistic, there's a chance that I may not get it. And then I get it. It increases my joy because it has worked against my little pessimism. Although it's in line with my optimism, so I get more joy. So this is about the positivity, the optimism, and the pessimism. The interesting thing is all the yoga practices such as yoga poses, pranayam, meditation, relaxation, they are known to increase positivity, resilience, well-being. These are very well studied positive emotions in connection with yoga practices. So you can safely confirm that yoga increases this positivity. Meditation also is known to, broaden our mind and then making it easier for us to experience positive emotions that we need for building personal resources. And yoga and meditation also increases optimism. There are many studies on optimism and yoga, and all studies have shown significant increase in optimism as a result of yoga practice and meditation practice. So I hope you have understood the positive psychology concepts and the effect of yoga on these positive emotions. Hari Om.